Hi everyone, today we'll be doing another Leetcode problem which is search and rotated sorted array. So in which we have given an array nums which is in ascending order and which has descending values, and prior to that being passed to our function it has been rotated at an index. So for example, if you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it might be rotated at a pivot index 3 and it will become 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 1 and 2. So now you have given this number of array which is rotated and you have a target 0. So what you have to return is the output as 4 because this is where at what index this target value is present. For the next example where it is 3, it is not present, so you will return -1. Again for example 3, it is not present in nums target, so then you will return the output -1. So let's first try and look at the intuition for this problem and then we'll come to the coding part. So let's try and understand this problem first. So I have n over here, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 1 and 2, and then target is equal to 0. So I can easily split basically this over here. I can easily split this from here basically into 2. So my target value can either be greater than this element, or basically I can check if it is smaller than this element. So to solve this problem, what I need is first this, where to basically split this target nums. So for that I need the index. So I'm going to call it p min, which is going to be the index value for minimum of nums. So in this case, it is equal to 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this array in two, as I mentioned over here. So I'm going to have two while loops, one running from this element to from this element, starting from this, and it will go till here, basically till the least element. And another one which is going to start from here and it's going to go till the first element. So if we have any element which is equal to target, so it can either, it's easy to check whether it's going to fall in this part or this part, that we can check. So for example 0, what I can check is 0 greater than 4? The answer is no, so that means it's not in this part. I have to run the loop for this where 0 is smaller than 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a loop for which I'm going to say my target, if my target variable is greater than nums of 0, basically the first element, and I'm going to have a pointer L basically starting from here, which is going to be 0, and L is smaller than P minimum because I only want L to go from 0 to 3 and not till 4. And here I'm going to check if target is less than nums of the last element, which I'm going to call right over here. So from this element, and my right element is greater than or equal to P minimum, because I want this side to go from R to P minimum. Now what for this I'm going to do, everywhere I'm going to check if nums of L is equal to my target variable. Then I know that I just need to return L, because that's the index where my target variable is equal to n, element of n. Otherwise, what I'm going to do, I'm going to increment L by 1. Here I'm going to do the same condition. I want to check if my nums of right basically is equal to target. Then I need to return R because that's going to be the index where my target is stored in nums. Otherwise, I'm going to decrement R by 1. And if this none of this is true, what I'm going to do is in the end, I'm going to return -1. Now let's see how this will run for this example where t is equal to 0. Now if we say t is equal to 0, it's going to first check this condition. Is t greater than nums of 0? 4. So this is false. So it will not even enter this loop. It will directly come here. It will say if t is less than nums of r, which is 2, that is correct. This condition is true. And r is greater than equal to p minimum. So r is pointing to 6, it is greater than equal to 4. So this condition is also true. So it will go in this while loop. And now it's going to check if nums of r, which is 2, is equal to 0. So this condition is false. So it's going to decrement r by 1. So my r will come here. Now again it's going to check this condition. So now is t less than nums of r, is 0 less than 1, correct. Now is r greater than equal to p minimum, r which is 5 is greater than 4, this is also correct. Again it's going to check this condition which is false because 0 is not equal to 1. It's going to decrement r by 1. So my r is going to come here. Now again it's going to check if t is less than, actually this should be an equal to sign over here, nums of right, which is correct. It is both are equal at this point, and r is less than equal to p minimum. So r is now 4, p minimum is also 4. So it's going to be true. Now it's going to check if nums of r, which is 0, is it equal to 0. Now at this point, this condition becomes true. So it's going to return r. So it's going to return 4, which is what the output that we are looking at. Now let's go look at the coding part. Let's look at the code for this problem. So I'm going to have a point P. Let's call it point P min, which is going to be the minimum point of my array. And let me say an element L. We call it left, which is equal to 0. And an element right, which is going to be length of nums -1. So pointing to the last element. As mentioned, I'm going to have two while loops. I'm going to check if target is greater than equal to nums of left and left is less than p min. Then I'm going to check the condition if target is equal to nums of left. If this condition is true, I'm going to return left. If this condition is not true, I'm going to increment left by 1. I'll have another while loop, and in this I'm going to check if target is less than equal to nums of right and right is greater than equal to p of min. Again, I'm going to check the same condition over here for right. If I don't find the element, nothing is returned, then I'm going to return -1 in the end. Let's run the solution. Let's submit it. So as you can see, this is a pretty decent solution. Thanks for watching.